Hello, everyone. Welcome back to UNL Recall. It's episode 3. We'll keep it short and sweet this time. Apologies for the delay. I don't really have any special segments prepared for today, unfortunately, so we'll just get right to it. Let's see what happened last week in UNL. Let's begin with last weekend's matches. The important detail here is that Off-Roll Aquarium hasn't played even one game Saturday or Sunday. They chose to postpone those games. They will play the outstanding games in week 4 to catch up with the rest. Started off with Ruin Kings versus Hex. This was an interesting one. Certainly worthy of the UNL El Clasico moniker. A lot of action going on between these two teams, but at the end of the day, Hex, I feel like, did have the upper hand when it came to draft. Fanxi on the Vel'Koz was absolutely crushing it, winning some of the team fights almost single-handedly. And actually, we'll have a look at one of the clips real soon. Just let me pull that up for you guys. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's one clip, but it's divided into 2 parts because it really was the longest UNL Dragon fight we've ever seen.
I'd like to get this early to go for a team fight.
Okay, we're seeing Poppy engage, stun up Small Walrus against the wall, and Lucana going in with the ult. Hecarim, big Seraphine ult going to catch 3 members of the side of Ruin Kings, and it's just Judgy and Hands left with no tanks to back him up. Big shockwave coming through for the side of Hands, shockwaving 4 of them, finishing off Vel'Koz and chunking out the rest of them while stopping the Jhin ult as well. Judgy alive but on very low health, going to be hard for him to re-engage. Hands does have mostly full health and a lot of mana left, and going to push out Hex from being able to get this dragon and try and pick it up themselves. Although it seems that Hex don't want to hand it over for free. They still have an extra member, even if they are chunked out. See if they can use the Seraphine Spoopies to get in. Gale Force used, them going, Hecarim getting into hands. Judgy feared, can't do much. Ulting in. BDNG going to flash away. Shen ult coming through, going to be able to... Okay, going to be able to catch out the Hecarim. And we'll see if MDB can finish off the last kill on the side of Seraphine. But this fight's been going on so long. All the respawns are coming through. Small Walrus himself on the Malphite coming back in as well. And now it's going to be a 3v2 if they decide to take it that way. But Fanxy's still not here just yet. Poppy and Volley focusing on the dragon. Shen trying to keep the Malphite away, but Malphite going to wall fall. Gets stunned up into the wall by the Poppy, not able to move. Vel'Koz ult coming through. Chunking out them big. Shen dashing, using his E to dash through to get onto Vel'Koz. Getting chunked out here, but has the shields pushed through. Vel'Koz W going to finish him off. Poppy, very low health. Luke Corona still about full HP, but Dragon's still 50% HP. Going to be try to go in onto Fanxy here. Oh, no. Get chunked out, not get the stun off. Going to die to any spell about right now. Activate the Q, but not going to be able to trigger it. Fanxy just finishing it off with all attacks and going to start the Drake himself. But this fight's been going on so long that Hands and Judgy are back alive. And they're going to look to rejoin the fight, but Amari is there with the smite to get this dragon if he so needs to. Gonna go for the shockwave, but just mistime it, and after that, Hex will pick up.
Whew. That was a doozy. 2-minute clip. This was the first time I had to use 2 clips for one highlight from UNL's matches. Absolutely ridiculous how long that dragon fight lasted. Yeah, one for the history books. Then we had Gourmet Gang versus Hive Mind. And Gourmet Gang obviously came into the match hoping to snag their first win of UNL. And that they did. Gourmet Gang actually showed up big in this one. Especially Blazikus on the Scion was basically unstoppable for the entirety of that game. Also, the Talon with the Yumi on top just zooming around, killing everyone, especially the backline. Gourmet Gang really was quite fun to watch in this one. Let's take a look at one of the clips with Blazicus as the main character of the story.
Then he's fine. But I was like, I don't see how he's going to get kills. And then he just runs down the volley bear in the early game and gets Senna 3 times. And, you know, at that point, you're fed. Yeah. Okay, using the ult to not get caught by the Cho'Gath. I'm going to try and get silenced by the Cho'Gath, able to not use the Silent Q, which means he is going to get the shutdown. But the end game of this really is to keep them off Baron, but they don't have huge amounts of damage on Baron. San keeping away the entire team right now, knocking them off, keeping them all here, trying to take down Senna and managing to do it 4v1 at this point and just flash out. He's walking away. Okay. Maybe don't re-engage here. He's out. He just kept off 4 of them and then walked away.
Absolutely legendary stuff from Blazicus on the Scion. Really fun to watch from start to finish. Next match, Gothport Gods versus Wings Club. Actually, not much to say about this one. I feel like Wings Club just really was in the driver's seat for most of that game. Once again, Corinne's taking the lead he acquired from bottom to the upper lanes. Gothport Gods actually had a pretty good team fight that almost brought them back into the game and denied Dragon Soul, but for the most part, Wings Club was very much in control, and they secured the W in the end. And to close out Saturday, we had B Invictus versus Invulnerables, and man, this was a game. It was a game of League of Legends, as as people like to call it, when inexplicable things happen, and there was a lot of that happening in that game. We had 0-10 Samiras running around. We had all kinds of stuff. Bot lane of B Invictus absolutely crushing it, only to then be met with resistance at the end of the day. So many teamfights went Invul's way because of certain creative positioning from one of the champions on the other side of Summoner's Rift. But, you know, mistakes happen. It's okay. B Invictus, still, they push through. They finally manage to win a team fight at Elder. But then they don't take the Elder. They decide to end the game outright. And it bites them really hard. SS Friendship on the Varus defend against 4 people. Invul are now in prime position to take Elder Dragon, but it gets stolen by Ozzynox. Oz gets his second steal when it comes to Elder Dragons, second Elder steal of UNL. Absolutely ridiculous with the smite timings. And yeah, then Invul still tried to push their advantage, but even then, they just stumbled at the last step, and B Invictus, after a game of throws from both sides, managed to close it out in the end. But it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty at all. Let's take a look at the SS Friendship clip. Legolas at Helm's Deep, fighting off the orcs. Here we go.
Able to use the Nocturne to not really kill anyone, but ward away this Varus and this Samira, so that the Jhin can deal with the front line and play that front-to-back strategy that they should be going for with that composition.
I have to say, though, you should have seen that Gnar ult coming.
Yeah,
that
I mean, the
was
Gnar
so
ult was
obvious.
The Gnar ult was really nice, but you probably should have seen that coming. Not really enough damage, not really enough wave clear on the Varus. Will hit the ult, will take out Dabis here. They do potentially need to watch out. They've got the Ocean Soul in the sky. They've got no minions. Double kill.
Okay, no.
Kurongate not able to find the kill. Will this be in the end? Maybe they should just go for the Elder Dragon. That's his friendship. Gets a triple kill. will he be able to get the Quadra? Ozanax will probably just
Oh
be
my
able to
God.
spell shield that, and he's got the GA available as well, so he'll be fine. But
But
And after that, the Elder Drake steal happened. Game was balancing on a knife's edge for the last 5 minutes, but BIG take it at the end. And then we move on to Sunday matches, and we have B Invictus once again, this time taking on Wings Club. And yeah, it was one of those. It was a stomp. Wings Club letting him know, letting everyone else know where how the hierarchy basically looks like in this league. The bot lane was so far ahead that it didn't really matter, especially when Vayne on Rinzen's Vayne is supported by not only the Nami, who keeps piling on the buffs, but also Bazillion, who gives you movement speed as well as a second life. So, with all that, how are you ever going to be able to kill the AD carry on the other side? It's not going to happen. Wings Club was too far ahead for the efforts of the Invictus to matter whatsoever. They just cruised to 5-1 in the standings. And we have two clips to show you here. Let's start with a very close 2v2 in the bot side.
Just gonna call in VK. Oh, you can see a Kip fucking carry walking up. Oh, that's the bomb on a rinse. Oh, misses the bubble. Oh, it's doomed. Surely a rinse dies, right? Oh,
no way.
Kill instead. Here comes more.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh no.
Phoenix jumps towards the wall. Oh, my poor dudes. That's
I love Mark's laugh here. Quite contagious. Okay, let's see the second clip now. Wings Club's jungler making a slight miscalculation when it comes to Bazillion ult duration. Let's take a look at this.
Flashes under turrets. Oh, but here comes the Malphite. He's hungry, dude.
Malphite does not have ult yet, but it's counting down.
Man? What?
He's so fast.
He's just running on a...
And there's a Zillion ult just in case.
Oh.
He's gonna run out. It is. I'm sorry. What a man.
Oh, Olaf.
Can somebody please clip that? Can somebody please clip that?
Yep. Quite honestly, this week was full of entertaining moments. I would say it was pretty close to the level we saw in week 1, maybe even surpassing it in some aspects. Really fun stuff all around. And then we had Hex taking on Invol. Invol, after losing to B Invictus, wanted to prove that we still belong in the upper echelon, but Hex was also quite confident going into this one. And it was a hard-fought game, but at the end of the day, Hex just... I feel like they just had the comp diff once again. Varel from BDNG in that game was something else. Really cool to watch all around. The Seraphine plus Varel combo, like, come on. You gotta take care of this in the ban phase. At least one of them has to go. And Hex made sure that other teams know what's going on with these champions. They're not to be messed with. It is a very scary bot lane to deal with. And let's take a look at one of the clips. BDNG gets a very nice engage near the dragon.
Okay.
Is Malphite going to be looking? We've got big ults up from everyone. I think every champion in the game has their ult available.
Yeah, everything's up. Everything's ready to go. All sums except
Brian,
that flash.
that's huge.
Brian goes
That's
in.
huge.
That's a huge one. Look
Incredible.
at Malphite going straight for the backline. They split the fight, dude. The Malphite went single-handedly on the Astral.
Yep. The engage was immaculate from Hex, and that was pretty much the game-winning fight. Then we had Gosport Gods versus Gourmet Gang. This was Gourmet Gang's chance to get a 2-0 weekend, actually. And yeah, they did fight quite hard for this one, but at the end of the day, just did not have quite enough gas in the tank to pull through on this one. I really felt like they had the team comp advantage, but Cho'Gath was looking to be quite effective against what the other team had, but the Gosport Gods, I guess at the end of the day, they were just more confident on the day, more willing to make the plays, and they secured another win. Although it was looking close at some points, and to illustrate that, we're gonna take a look at some clips once again.
But if he's
Oh, but
playing
first,
well, he is
we
very
gotta take a look at this.
and very difficult to get to. And you still have the Malzahar DPS. If that Malzahar, what the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck did I just
Fair
see?
enough.
What the fuck did I just see? Oh my! Oh, and he fucked the fuck. Oh, he fucked the hook as well.
Yeah. One of those days. Sometimes you just fat finger one of the buttons, and yeah. But luckily for Gosport Gods, flashed out of vision, so you can pretend like nothing happened. You still have the flash. If they don't know if they don't know you burnt it, then you basically have it anyway, right? That's how it works. Until they gank you, then they realize you don't have it. But psychological advantage. And now the second clip. This was Gourmet Gang getting a very nice team fight. This was the moment where I thought that they actually had this in the bag. This was a very clean effort from the Cooks.
So on the other side, you have that Yasuo threat as well, so they can't get bunched up either.
Oh, we see an engage onto forward by the Gnar. The ultimate into the Yasuo ulti. Ooh. Yes.
Good
Seraphine
luck.
ulti. Yes. Wait. Okay. Somehow.
Team fight so good, it left Dave speechless. Now for the last game of the day, Hive Mind versus Ruined Kings. And just like the last game on Saturday, this one was also just full of incredible moments. You never really knew who was going to take it at the end of the day. The last 5 minutes were an absolute barn burner. And yeah, we have two clips to show you from this game, because there was a lot to go through. Ruined Kings had the advantage at first, but Hive Mind stayed cool. They were like, yeah, you know what? It's okay. There's the early game deficit. We can still come back from it. The misfortune is quite big. And she did carry, indeed, at the end of the day. Hive Mind managed to pull through on this one and improve their record to 2-3, I believe. Slowly moving on up from the bottom of the standings. Not the cleanest start, but there's plenty of time to turn things around. Now let's take a look at the first clip. This was Vince going crazy on the Victor, getting a quadra kill, saving a team fight for his team.
Reward it. So Pinkward puts so much pressure in the right places. We see a Malphite ulti engaging with two people. Misfortune is gunning them down. Swain does drop, but the Shyvana's in the back line. The Sen ulti keeps them alive, but the members of Ruin Kings are falling low. Emma picks up Shyvana Wukong. Nautilus goes down. Malphite is still struggling here. Malphite goes down. Miss Fortune's out of mana, but she might just go. Yeah, she gets picked
Okay.
up by Senna and Victor, and that's a quadra kill for Victor.
Yeah, very, very close. Some of the E placements were quite suspect, but then still managed to get the Quadra and the Ace at the same time. Really close stuff. And it was close until the end, until the last team fight, in fact, where it really was last man standing. Let's take a look at this.
Their enemy team.
Yeah, I think Rune Kings just wants to use this Baron, but it's just. But look at that bot lane.
Oh, the flash forward, flash Swain off forward, instant Zonius to prolong his life. Then Miss Fortune connects him to 3 people. 2 people going down. The Shyvana trying to kill her, but it also goes down. The Senna, the
Senna,
one
holy
shot,
shit.
the Lissandra. Holy,
Senna's
destroys the Nautilus.
What the fuck?
Oh, is this a
That's
pentakill?
It's a penta. No.
Oh no.
Never mind. It's a double quadra. What the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, I feel like that phrase kept repeating itself for most of week 3. We saw some interesting plays from certain teams. Not the cleanest week, but it was certainly entertaining. And let's see how the standings look after week 3. Wings Club is in sole possession of first place, although Hex is hot on their tail once again, still going strong, 4-1 to 5-1. I really can't wait until these two teams actually meet each other. And we have Operable Aquarium, obviously still missing a lot of games. Hopefully when week 4 concludes, we'll have a clearer picture as to where exactly they end up on the scoreboard. And Gosport Gods tied for 4th with Invul. Invul having a bit of a slump in this one, but yeah, I feel like they are still very much playoff caliber. They just have to get their stuff together, and it should be all right. Be Invictus tied with Hivemind for 6th. Then we have Ruin Kings at 2 and 4. Again, also not the best start for a team that was projected to be one of the top teams. And Gourmet Gang still in last place at 1 and 5, but they finally picked up a win. And perhaps things can look a little bit brighter from here on out for Gourmet Gang. Right, that's it for week 3 recap. Now we move on to best of week 3. Let's take a look at who impressed people the most. Top to bottom, let's look at Team of the Week before we move on to the MVP award. Actually, when you look at this Team of the Week, not much has changed. In fact, 3 positions remain unchanged from week 2 to week 3, but we have a certain someone from a last place team that managed to make it into Team of the Week. Top laner Blazikus, rewarded for his heroic efforts against Hivemind, makes Team of the Week. Gourmet Gang, the dream has come true. They get 1 player on Team of the Week before Gosport Gods gets any of their players on Team of the Week. Before Hivemind gets any of their players. Yeah. Pretty big achievement for Blazikus. Then we have Imari and Fanxi, the jungle mid duo, once again making it to Team of the Week. Yeah, Arins, welcome back, I guess. This guy just won't leave, man. I keep showing him the door, and he just won't leave. Like he really insists that he stay here for like the entirety of the UNL or something. Like, let others have your seat for a minute. And then BDNG making it to Team of the Week. Very impressive performance from Hex's support. Morel was very, very scary. All right, there's your Team of the Week. And now for the final moment of UNL Recall. Let us find out who was chosen as your MVP for Week 3. Week 2, we had one of the Hex boys taking MVP. And that is not going to change. Hex takes it once again, but this time it's the support. BDNG takes MVP for this week. Very impressive stuff, both in the first and the second game, especially the second game. The rail engages were always on point, and everyone's looking at Banksy when it comes to Hex, but this is truly an underrated player still, I feel like, and it might just be that he's finally getting the recognition he deserves. This is not just a mid lane show from Hex. There's a reason they have a 4-1 record. I feel like they're pretty stable, all things considered. It's not just the mid lane. Of course, some would say that. Now, the bot lane at the end of the day is still a weak point for this team, where it can be, but didn't really show this week. BDNG, strong, consistent performances, and we hope to see more of that in the weeks to come. And that concludes UNL Recall, pretty much. Like I said, short and sweet this time, no special segments prepared, but I hope to make it up for you guys in the next week. We'll have something special cooked up for sure. Details still getting worked out, but yeah, it's definitely going to be bigger than this week. So keep an eye out on that. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, hopefully earlier than today. But, no, it's all good. Also, remember to tune in for the UNL regular broadcast Saturday, same time, 6 p.m. UK. Make sure to be there and cheer for your favorite teams. That's it. See you all next time.